Hi everyone, welcome back to another vlog after a week, I guess. And before moving on, let me thank you all for putting your comments on my previous video. Glad to know the location from where you all are watching me, and I'm pretty sure there are so many who just keep watching and don't comment just because they don't feel like. Maybe you're watching and shy to comment, or maybe because of some other reason, and all that's fine because I'm happy that you're watching, and thank you so much to all my silent viewers. Anyways, today is another dinner vlog. I'm really into cooking some specials for dinners these days, and I love filming those. It's not on all days, but once a week. When there's something special for dinner, the other meals of the day are quite simple or nothing special to take a video on. It mostly is leftovers from the previous day for breakfast or lunch, and a bit extra if needed if the quantity is less. I'm just showing you what I made for kids' tiffin and for breakfast because it's simple. If you wish to cook something quick and easy, you can use this recipe. First, you will have to saute some vegetables, heat some oil, add few cumin seeds, and then saute chopped onion, green chilies, and curry leaves. All the measurements for the ingredients are in the description box. Mix in half cup besan or gram flour and 1 cup whole wheat flour in another bowl. I have added enough salt to the onion mix, so I'll check later and add only if needed. Mix with some water. Here I used almost 1.5 cups of water. That's room temperature water. Mix well till there are no lumps in it. Then goes in the onion mix. You don't have to wait for it to cool down. You can add straight away and mix thoroughly. Add some freshly chopped coriander leaves as well. It's like a masala wheat dosa. You may add cabbage, carrots, or even beetroot to make it extra nutritious. Using an iron tawa makes it much tastier, but if you don't have one, use any pan of your choice. I shall give the link for this tawa in the description box. I bought this from Amazon India. Pour a ladle and gently spread it like a dosa. You don't have to get a perfect shape for this. Drizzle a teaspoon of ghee for extra taste. Keep the flame low and keep it covered. After 2 minutes, flip the dosa to the other side. Keep that for again 2 minutes and it's ready. My kids love having parathas or such dishes along with curd when they have it from home. But to school, Rihan insisted that the curd doesn't taste good while having the tiffin from school. So I have stopped sending curd in their tiffin, and for this, I put some mayonnaise in their tiny tin. Thankfully, my plants are doing well, and let me be honest, I do the least maintenance, which is what I think these plants need. Over caring harms them. I'll be showing you how I believe I have bushy money plans. You can see it in some time. I've shown it multiple times, still I get questions about it. I had some neer dosa batter left in the fridge. It wasn't enough for all of us. That's why I had to make the separate breakfast. There was some leftover fish curry, so I was craving for neer dosa to have it with the fish curry. On some days, I give Arman owl milk before leaving for school. I wash the owl first and I just take 3 or 4 spoons for a cup. I first mash a banana and then mix it with owl, pour some milk, mix it all, and his breakfast is ready. I don't add any extra sugar or honey because the banana is enough to make it sweet and he loves it either ways. If you haven't eaten from a clay pot, then you must try it. It's one of the pleasures of life. It looks weird, but trust me, this is heavenly tasting, especially the leftover. Today's dinner menu included Kerala puttu, and you might be knowing the recipe made from frozen rice if you have been watching my videos for a long time. So I took out the frozen rice morning time itself. By the time I need to prepare, the ice will have been melted. It's not that all the work at home is done by me. My husband mostly does the laundry, especially the folding part. But I realized I have enough time in the morning when I check my activities each hour. As on this day, I had enough time in the morning. I did the folding too. It's very confusing for me, the men's jeans. Now that Rihan wears his father's denim sometimes, I'm not sure of where to place those. So I left that to my husband. Now for this money plan that was growing quite well but needed a change of something. I wanted to transfer it to a bigger pot, but the leaves weren't growing on all the notes. So what I thought is to cut it from the bottom rather than taking the whole out. I will let the roots remain in the pot itself so that new leaves grow. And to these, I'll cut at each point where there is a root coming. This is how you make a bushy money plant. Use a small container so that the leaves can stay in place. Place a few in each. I'm placing this in a basket so it's easy to handle. Moreover, these tiny containers can easily fall off if not taken care. And I guess in this house only I am interested in plants. Now when roots from these plants come, I'll transfer them to the soil, and I promise I'll show you when I do it so you know it. The stems I again cut and place them back in the soil. So let's see if it gets some life on them. The dinner menu included a roti which is made out of red rice, that's the raw red rice, the matta rice that we call. I took 2 cups, washed them well, and you need to soak them in warm water for at least 4 or 5 hours. If overnight, then well and good. Food time is the best time of the day. All sit together and enjoy the meal. I feel in a family it's very important to give each other their space. To be honest, I used to be the most frustrated person in this family. It's mainly because I was always never in my space. Either someone's in my space or I'm forcefully in some other space, convincing or consoling them. Now I'm in the right space. And I know it's not just about me. I need to give space to the other person. Most importantly, my partner, that's my husband. My husband was always taking his space, and I used to feel irritated about it. Once I found mine, I knew why he was taking his. It brings peace, and it should be mutual, not just from one end. I don't know if you're understanding what I'm saying, but all I'm saying is from my own life experience. Post lunch, after taking some rest, I'm back in the kitchen for dinner. Let me tell you the menu. I'm preparing mutton roast. Normally we don't buy mutton because my husband doesn't like the taste of it. But he is okay with buying it for us. So if I prepare mutton, I will have to cook something else for him. Hence the reason I don't prefer buying it, because that's double work for me. Kids had been insisting on having it for some time, so I thought why not. So prepared mutton roast, and I cooked chicken stew along with it in case my husband gets that foul smell of the mutton. Alongside, like I said, it's Kerala puttu and rice rotis. Cooking will be much easier if you have all the ingredients ready, chopped or crushed. That's what I try to do mostly. The most time consuming part of cooking is the same. So doing it prior can make it much faster. For the mutton roast, I'm using only shallots and no onion. And this is to get an authentic taste. This goes for any meat or fish. Here I've taken 1 kilo of mutton that's bone in, and it tastes better. Wash well, adding some salt. First cooking the mutton, add this to a pressure cooker. In goes 2 or 3 teaspoons of Kashmiri red chili powder, 1.5 tablespoon coriander powder, half teaspoon turmeric powder, half teaspoon garam masala powder, 1 teaspoon cumin powder, salt and some oil. I have used coconut oil. Mix well. Add just half to 1 cup water. There will be water from the mutton already. Cover the cooker, lock the pressure and cook on high flame till the first whistle. Then reduce the flame to medium-low and cook for 13 to 14 minutes. Meanwhile, on the other side, I prepare the chicken stew. Always love my clay pots for cooking. For mutton, it takes a lot of time to cook, that's why I have used a cooker. But for the later part, it's in an iron kadai. For chicken stew, heat coconut oil. Add 4 cardamoms, 4 to 5 cloves and a small piece of cinnamon stick. After a few seconds, saute 2 teaspoon crushed ginger and 1 tablespoon crushed garlic. Saute till the raw smell goes. Then goes in 4 green chilies that's slit and a few curry leaves. Along with this, add 1 large onion that's sliced. Keep on low flame and let it go soft. Keep it covered till then. Now add 1 kilo of chicken pieces that's cut into medium pieces. Mix till the color goes pale. Add a bit of salt. Add 2 small medium potatoes that's cubed into 4 or 5 cubes each. Now goes in the second extract of coconut milk, which is thin, and this is 2 cups. If you want, add a bit more warm water. While that's cooking, making the mutton roast as the steam of the cooker is completely released. Heat coconut oil and fry some curry leaves. Then saute 1 cup of sliced shallots. I have used almost 15 to 16 shallots roughly sliced. Let this saute till translucent and do not fry them. Now the chicken and potatoes are done. You may mash 1 or 2 cubes of potatoes into the curry itself, so it's okay to check if it's done by mashing it. Now it's time to add the first extract of the coconut milk, around 1.5 cups. This is thick coconut milk and this shouldn't be boiled. When you see it's about to bubble, turn off the flame or else it will curdle. Finally, add some freshly crushed black pepper or half teaspoon pepper powder. This is ready. The shallots are translucent and soft. Time to add 1 tablespoon garlic crushed and 1 or 2 teaspoon ginger crushed. Saute till the raw smell goes. Now when this is done, add the cooked mutton. Slice 1 medium tomato and mix well. Now keep on low flame and let the tomatoes go soft. You need to keep mixing occasionally till all the water in it evaporates and the mutton is well roasted. Now this is done, and the final ingredient to this is a teaspoon of crushed black pepper. Now this adds that finishing touch, so do not skip this. This is ready. Not sure about all, but some of you feel that I'm not getting enough help in this house from my family, because I do get comments that way. And it's not true. If I need help, I ask, and anyone is ready for it. But if I'm doing something without help, then that means I don't need help. I can handle it myself, and I don't have to depend on someone. So I believe that if we know we can do it alone, then go ahead. It's always about the expectation we keep from others. You expect least, you are the happiest. Trust me, I follow this now, and you should give it a try. But make sure nobody takes you for granted. You should know your boundaries. Don't go beyond, and don't let others come in for no reason. And as I always say, stay happy for yourself always and always. Once you realize your identity, you will regret the days that you lost. I found myself after the age of 30. My hands tend to get dry, and this is how I keep my hand moisturized. This is nothing sponsored. I use Johnson's hand cream. This is a good product for my hands at least. Earlier I used to apply the Dove brand, which is average compared to this one. A little later, I moved to the remaining part of the cooking. The rice rotis need a ground mix of 1 cup grated coconut along with 4 or 5 shallots, half teaspoon cumin seeds and half teaspoon fennel seeds. The rice is well soaked and ready for grinding. Grind to a smooth paste, adding some water. Don't add so much water that it becomes a runny consistency. Almost a cup will be enough. Make it a thick batter. Add the ground coconut mix, some salt, and now add some rice flour to bind well. Around 1 cup of flour will be enough, or even a little lesser, depending on the consistency that you get of the dough. Take a small portion and check if you can flatten it like shown. Then it's ready. You don't need to rest this. I am preparing it the last, so I am keeping this aside and preparing the Kerala puttu with frozen rice. You can see the ice has all melted. All you need to do is squeeze out the water well from each handful of it and then add to a blender and pulse it few times. You will get like rice crumbles. Add that to a bowl. Mix in some salt and some rice flour. For around 2 cups of rice, you will need around quarter to half cup flour. You can't make it with just the rice crumbles. You need flour to get the right texture. If you want, you can add semolina instead of flour. Now, this is the puttu maker. Explaining for beginners, you may skip this part if you know. You will have a vessel where you will have to boil water. Then there is this cylindrical thing. You will have with a round thin plate with holes that will be placed at the bottom. The steam will pass through it. You can't keep this without that plate in. Always put coconut first, and that is mandatory, or else steam will not come. I have done this mistake. The ratio I use is 1 spoonful of coconut to 3 heaped spoons of flour. Just tap a few times so that the flour and coconut are set, but do not press with a spoon or spatula. Cover and place this on top of the boiling water. You can even get this cylindrical thing alone that can be placed on top of a pressure cooker, and that will be placed where you place the whistle. I don't have such a pressure cooker with me. I couldn't show the rest as I was getting late for my workout. Back in the kitchen again. I used a banana leaf to spread the roti. You cannot use a chapati rolling pin for this as this will stick, and trust me, spreading with your palm is not hard at all. If you don't get a banana leaf for this, use a plastic sheet like any product covers or anything like that. Apply oil and spread. The best part of using a banana leaf is that you can place it as such on the tawa and the flavor of this leaf gets into the roti. Keep the flame low. Drizzle some oil if needed. Now this another rice roti that's made which is thick and very tasty. It's called tire patri or tire roti. It's very thick that it takes a lot of time to cook, but the time waiting is worth it. The same you can make it thick. For less time, I made it thin so that it cooks faster. Time for dinner, but before that I cleaned up those extra dishes piled up in the sink because my kids will find excuses that they have no space to clean their plates. So why give them the chance? So that's all for today's video. As I always say, do try the recipes and let me know if you like them. Do share your feedback on email, Instagram, or even by commenting below. Hope you enjoyed watching this video as much as I enjoyed sharing it with you all. See you with another one. Until then, take care. Bye bye.